Hello and welcome back to the best of Rslash. Today we're taking a look at Rslash IDontWorkHereLady. This story has been posted by Alternate Wash. I do my shopping the exact same time every week in a large grocery store. There's a little old woman who usually does her shopping at around the same time. She has some mobility issues and doesn't buy much. So after a few times of seeing her having to flag down help every time she wanted something from a shelf above shoulder level, I approached her and asked if she'd like a shopping companion. It took me under 10 minutes to get everything on her list, and she was very gracious and grateful. Even offered me a few dollars, which I didn't accept, of course. I didn't give this a second thought. I wasn't raised to question whether you take 10 minutes to help an old woman in the grocery store or not. So next week, when I saw her again, I asked if she'd like someone to shop with her, and she was again very grateful for the help. It became our usual routine that whenever I spotted her, usually every other week or two, I'd give her a hand. One week, I didn't do my shopping at the usual time. I worked a little late, and when I came in, there was a big fuss at the customer service desk involving my shopping friend and a young man. I started to go over to be sure everything was all right, and hear the young man saying, "What do you mean no one with that name works here? She had a name tag on. My mom saw the name, right, Ma?" And she says she did. And the flummoxed customer service kid is saying he really doesn't have anyone by that name who works here. The young man is going, "What do you mean? Did you fire her? She was here last week, right, Ma?" And I realize it's my name and the potential source of confusion. I go in for shopping immediately after work, and my uniform is a maroon shirt and khaki pants with a name tag. The grocery store I shop at has white shirts, any kind of pants you want, and a maroon apron with the store's logo, so a little similar. I go over and she gleefully cries, "There you are! I want you to meet my son!" And he started telling me how grateful he is. I was taking time out of my work to personally help his mom shop. And now that he's in town, he wanted to say thanks in person and give me some money, or at least put in a good word with my manager at the store, so I could point them out so he could speak with them. I explained the confusion, and they were both so touched. It was one of the most poignant moments of my life, and definitely the most meaningful I've ever had in a supermarket. Thank you, OP. This is such a heartwarming story. There needs to be more people like you in this world, people that prioritize helping other people. Thank you. This next story has been posted by Captain Crud. I admit, some days, I like to be a Walmartian. I wander around looking at items I might want to get with my next paycheck. Check out the newest gadgets and games, and kick myself for not waiting another week because an item I bought the previous week is now on sale. As I did my Walmartian shopping, I passed a woman several times. She was clearly vision impaired. I thought maybe she was waiting for a friend. I asked if there was something I could help her with. I came here a lot with a friend, and she said she would be right back. That was 15 minutes ago. She does this a lot. Not very considerate of me if you ask. Is there any way I can help? I promise I don't bite. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rick. Well, Rick, my name is Connie. I would take you up on your offer, but I have to buy some personal goods, and I am going to need a little help reading the price tags. That's why my friend comes with me. Well, I am willing to help if you're willing to accept. My arm is right here, and if there's anything you need, tell me. We walked around picking up some various items. Rick, I do need to get something. Yeah, Connie? What you need? Well, maybe we should find a woman. The thing is, I need feminine hygiene products. I laughed and I said, "Is that it, Connie? I have 3 older sisters and have gone to the store for them. Actually, there were times I had no choice." We walked to the pharmacy section. Connie told me which brand she needed. I asked Connie if there was anything she needed other than that. Connie said just needed toothpaste and she'd be done. We walked to check out, and as I led her through the line, I helped her put items on the belt. Connie turned to me and said, "Does Walmart train to help the disabled customers?" I don't know, Connie, but if they don't, they should. Wait. You don't work here? You help me like that? Yeah, why not? Okay, here are some seats. What's your friend's name? I will go to the customer and have her paged. Rick, thanks for helping me, especially with the girly stuff, Connie laughed. Connie, like I said, I have 3 sisters. Nothing shocks me. And then OP leaves an edit. I am reading all the comments saying I'm a hero and whatnot. All I did was help someone who needed it. It bothers me that helping someone should get a big reaction. It should have comments like, "That's nice," and not like it's unheard of or rare. I mean, this is I don't work here later, not I don't work here, you evil witch. Just a thought. Thank you, OP, again. 2 kind stories in a row. This is such a wholesome feed. Maybe the next one will not be so wholesome. We'll see. This next story has been posted by Bye Brain 1. The denotations of the people involved are pretty obvious, so I'm not going to list them. Summary. Grandma with Alzheimer's puts Karen in her place. My grandmother has Alzheimer's, so she often doesn't know where she is or who is with her. I know for a fact that she has no idea who I am, therefore I make an effort to call her grandma multiple times in any sitting or activity we participate in. Recently, I noticed she needed her hair and nails done as the color in both those areas was fading or chipped. So I made an appointment with a family member who owns a beauty salon and took her there. Normally, customers or those waiting for someone sit in the front area and rarely accompany a person they came with inside the actual salon floor. So, I understand why assumptions were made, but still, don't mess with my grandma. I was on the salon floor with my grandmother, sitting in a seat in front of her, while my cousin colored her hair. I was there to make sure to keep her calm and engaged while her hair and nails were being done. She was telling me the same story she had told me 10 times in the last 10 minutes. Bless her heart. When I felt someone behind me, now we were in the farthest corner of the room, not near a bathroom or wash station, so there was really no reason someone should be behind me. My grandmother stops talking and looks behind me. Grandma, chipper than ever. Hi, are you another grandchild? Karen says. No, I am not, and why are you not working? There was a line over there. Me, upon realizing she is talking to me, say over my shoulder, I don't work here. Now, I can't believe that. You are on the floor, which means you work here. She's talking to me condescendingly, and I do not take that sort of tone well. Neither does my grandmother. In a moment of clarity, I watch that bright, chipper smile fall and a glimpse of my brainiac grandmother peek through. I shoot a warning glance at my cousin, who is pursing her lips to keep from laughing prematurely. Well, by your own logic, my dear, you must be a worker. Go get me a new Coke, would you? That's a good honey bunch. Karen starts sputtering and my grandma laughs. The chipper look returns to her face and she says, Hi, are you one of my grandchildren? As Karen stops off in her loud high heels, my grandma turns and says loudly, I guess not. My grandchildren are not bitches. Oh my gosh, I love my grandma. I don't know where Karen went. I wasn't really paying attention after that. OP, you have the best grandma ever. One more time. I guess not. My grandchildren are not bitches. Thank you, Grandma, and thank you, OP, for posting this story. This next story has been posted by Ambitiously Yours. Longtime lurker of the sub, first-time poster. Honestly, never thought it would happen to me. I was in a generic drugstore and pharmacy yesterday after work to pick up some sore muscle balm for my back. I'm 9 months pregnant and clearly heavily pregnant, doing the waddle and all, and dressed in a suit because my job requires it. Suit jacket unbuttoned because lol, haven't been able to close that for about 4 months now. I'm on the phone with my mom because she and I have a daily ritual of checking in with each other after work every day. I started doing it when she lived alone to make sure she was okay, then just continued doing it when she got a live-in boyfriend. As I'm walking up a random aisle to make my way to the counter to pay, talking to my mom with my cell phone in one hand and a muscle balm in the other, a gentleman blocks me in the aisle and says, "Where are the razors?" Now, he's looking right at me, and we're the only two in the aisle, so I know he's talking to me. But I can't imagine why. I respond with, I'm not sure. Pardon me though, I'd like to get by. Dude doesn't move. Just stares at me for a minute, and it's at this point when I have to ask my mom to hold on because I want all my focus on this dude as I'm beginning to feel unease. Finally, "What do you mean you don't know?" I respond with, "Sir, I just came to get some muscle balm and would really like to pay for my purchase and leave. Please let me through the aisle." Then he takes another good long look at me and finally says, "You don't work here?" At this point, I'm just annoyed, tired, and wanting to get on with my life. And my stomach is too big to squeeze past him because he still hasn't moved. So I get kind of snippy. "Sir, I'm 9 months pregnant and wearing a suit and heels while talking on my cell phone. What made you think I work here? He finally just stared at me dumbfounded and stepped to the side a bit. So I waddled as fast as my fat, pregnant ass could past him and booked it to the front cashier. Not super dramatic, but it really took me off guard because, well, I never thought I'd encounter someone so oblivious. Who knew? Thanks, Opie, for posting this. I'm really glad that this one kind of ended civilly. Most of these stories usually end with the guy being so prideful that he still does not realize you don't work there. At least this guy moved to the side. Thanks, Opie. And with that, you have been listening to the best of Rslash. If you like what we're doing, please leave a thumbs up, as that is the best and fastest way to help our channel grow. Also, if you didn't know already, we post new content every single day, 7 days a week, so please subscribe if you want to hear more.